Hey guys, I am doing a video and I'm actually sitting in my car. um, I wanted to do a video real quick just about something that's been real heavy on my mind and my heart lately, and I think most of you as parents or as people who either want to be parents or have nieces and nephews can identify, because this story has just been ripping at me. And for those of you that know me, stuff like this, I mean, I hear stories and I feel for people, but I'm usually pretty easygoing. I joke, I can usually find humor in a lot of situations, and it takes a lot to really get me down. And I think my husband's, I can count the times that he's seen me cry on one hand, and I've shed tears over the story. So my dad's wife works with a gal whose baby died of SIDS, and this is just so heartbreaking because her daughter was 7 months old, and for those of you that don't know, the risk drops drastically at 6 months. So she died at 7 months, and not only did she pass away, she passed away at daycare. Well, not at daycare, but she stopped breathing at daycare in her Halloween costume. Now, for those of you that have little girls, I mean, can you imagine waking up and dressing your little girl up to look super cute for the day and dropping her off and then getting a phone call saying that your daughter has stopped breathing? I just can't imagine. So they checked on her, and she was in an outfit very similar to my daughter's bee costume, her outside outfit, which is basically just like a really warm onesie that zips up with a hood. And she had thrown up and she wasn't breathing, and so they immediately started working on her and called her mom. They got her to Children's Hospital, and the doctors were pretty optimistic the second day that the baby was there. So the mom went out and bought a bunch of stuff to decorate the baby's room with because she wanted it to be pretty when the baby woke up, which is totally something that I would have done. And so, they were optimistic in that they had caught it in time. Well, after that happened, the baby's temperature dropped dramatically, and they had to give her medicine for it, and it gave her seizures. She had, from what I understand, she had 2 major seizures and then a bunch of little ones, and they had to, adjust the dosage, and eventually took her off of the medicine. So her body temperature went back up slowly, but by then they had done an MRI on her brain, and there were no brain waves. And so it went from looking optimistic to, I'm sorry, but there's no brain activity and there's nothing further that we can do, and you need to take the baby off life support because, so it went from going well to your baby being on life support to being told that there was no brain activity in a matter of a day. And so they decided to pull, to take her off life support, and I just can't imagine this. The mom got to hold her after they took her off life support, and she continued to breathe for an hour. The baby did. And the baby died in the mom's arms, and then she got to hold her for another hour after. And I just can't imagine if that happened. It just eats away at me. And so a family friend went back to their home and picked up all of their daughter's things and put them in a room, They stayed the night in a hotel and just kind of got away. And now they're stuck with a hospital bill because they didn't have full insurance, because from my understanding the husband's insurance hadn't kicked in at his job or something yet. So they're stuck with this huge bill from the hospital. And I don't know about you, but I can't imagine making monthly payments on the hospital bill where my daughter died. I really can't. So they also want to move, which is completely understandable as well. And they were renting a townhouse, and they want something else to rent. So they did an autopsy, and because they were wondering, since when they originally found the baby at the daycare, if the baby had choked on her vomit, and there wasn't any sign of that. So they did rule it as SIDS. And they did tell the mom and the dad, though, that they think that the outfit that she was wearing contributed to her overheating and her breathing stopping. So, of course, the parents, you know, were borderline suicidal, like no joke. Thinking, you know, oh my gosh, you know, we basically killed our daughter, which is, it's hard enough to have, I mean, I'm sure it's hard enough to have your daughter die of SIDS, but to blame yourself like that, you know. And she bought her daughter 4 outfits to wear for Halloween, and the daughter didn't get to wear them, you know. And I was putting away Kaylee's clothes the other day because I bought clothes up to a year for her, and I was just thinking, what if she wasn't around to wear them? I can't imagine what that would be like, you know, when we were playing yesterday. I was thinking, what if her laughter no longer filled our house? This has just been eating at me. These people, this poor family has constantly been on my mind. So they are accepting donations, and even if you can only donate $5, you guys, if everybody donated, if all 31 of my subscribers donated $5, that would be like a monthly payment to their hospital bills. That'd be 1 month less that they have to, because I guarantee that they aren't going to be able to start moving on with their life until the hospital bill is paid off, you know, because it's a constant reminder. And I so wish that I could do more. I so wish that I had enough money to just call them up and say, I'm going to pay the whole thing. Because I totally would do that. I really identify because my daughter is 5 months. SIDS worries me, you know, and I just can't imagine what she's going through. And so I'm doing the only thing that I feel like I can, which is to help get the word out and to get people to donate. And I would love it if you guys would donate and pass the word on, because from a mother's view, nobody should have to go through that. Nobody should have to go through losing their baby of SIDS, and no mother should have to feel guilty the way that this mother did. And this couple is in their 20s. They're younger than me, and I'm 29. And it was their first child. And our daughter has been such a blessing and such a miracle, and has impacted me in ways, seriously, that I did not even imagine. And I just can't imagine losing her. Before I couldn't imagine life with a baby, and now I could not imagine my life without. It's crazy. So, anyway, that's the story that's been eating at me. I'm going to put their information down below, so you guys can, you know, donate. I would love it if you would donate and pass the word on. And I'm going to also link her obituary so you guys can see her picture. But anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch this and listen. It's just been so heavy on my mind, and with the holidays coming up and everything, I just feel so much for this couple. I can't even describe how much the story has just impacted me. And I hope it's impacted you enough to donate. So I've already told my parents to donate part of my Christmas money, instead of buying me gifts, to donate it to them. So anyway, leave your comments below and let me know. And like I said, please let me know if you have any questions or anything, and let me know if, yeah, let me know. Okay, bye.